All right, hey VC, how you doing? Welcome back once again. And first off, I want to say hello to Rob at Vinyl 79. Great to hear from you, Rob. I commented on Rob's last video. He has an amazing record collection that he keeps adding to, and his last video haul was pretty nice, and I was pretty jealous. So do check out his channel. Amazing album record collection. So Vinyl 79, and great to hear from you, Rob. And also, if you can, check out my last video where I do an unboxing of Trojan Records 50th Anniversary box set, and it is a terrific box set. Trojan Records, a UK label that put out great reggae, ska, dub music, and I think it's just a great example of what a box set should be in terms of vinyl, CD, excellent packaging, hardcover book, posters, and lots of goodies that you're not expecting, but just a great overall package. So I think it's a really good example of what a box set should be. So check that out. That's the last video, unboxing Trojan Records 50th Anniversary. Okay, so we got some vinyl. Again, surprise, surprise for you on this one. These were recent vinyl finds. First couple I picked up at a place called Video Plus Books Plus CDs. It's going out of business. They are closing. John George finally retiring. And the place has been around for years. One of the last great video stores, at least for rentals of DVD and Blu-ray, and had all sorts of stuff. Great music selection. And yeah, he's decided to retire. And the music was kind of picked over by the time I got there, but still had some stuff. Still got a good selection of comic books in the last few days that they're open, so I'll show you what I picked up. I was really pleased to see this jazz album. This is Erroll Garner's Concert by the Sea, and this is an absolute classic jazz album. In case you're not familiar, Erroll Garner, a great jazz pianist, a fantastic piano player, and this is his album from 1956. This is a later pressing. This one came out in 1969, and they changed the cover just slightly on this one. And the original album was a mono release, and then they sort of rechanneled it to stereo to sort of like simulate stereo. So it's still kind of like a mono listen. But he's just a great piano player and a wonderful concert. And of course he does some jazz covers, Autumn Leaves, also April in Paris. They can't take that away from me. And I do love on the cover how they say, recorded in actual performance at Carmel, California. But if you're a jazz lover, I would think you would have this in your collection. Erroll Garner, Concert by the Sea. So I was really happy to pick that one up, and it sounds great. And another jazz artist, not familiar with this individual. This is Gary Burton, Alone at Last. And this is on the Atlantic label from 1971. And as you can tell, he's a percussionist, but he is a vibraphonist. So he plays the vibraphone. And funny, when you Google vibraphone, you get his picture. So he's one of the top guys. Interesting, I would have thought more Lionel Hampton as the top vibraphonist. But yeah, there you go, Gary Burton. And this is described as a solo album because it's just him on the album. So it's just him and his vibraphone. And he does a cover of Rod Stewart, Handbags and Glad Rags, on this album. Side 1 was recorded live at the Montreux Jazz Festival in 1971, and then Side 2, studio recordings at Atlantic Recording Studios. But overall, nice album, kind of background music, you know, pretty melodic, nice overall. My son is a percussionist, so he would probably be quite aware of this individual, Gary Burton. Alone at Last. Yeah, worth checking out. And also at Video Plus Books Plus CDs, I picked up this one. This is MFSB, Philadelphia Freedom. And this came out in the mid-70s, as you can tell. Pretty much, this album gets a little disco-y. This was, of course, the Philadelphia International label, featuring really great musicians. And but this one gets a little disco-y. They do a cover, of course, of Elton John's Philadelphia Freedom. Side 2 gets a little bit better, gets a little bit more jazz and a little bit more funky. But I do have to show you the cover. Gotta love this. And it is gatefold, so it does open up kind of nicely. If you can get it all in there. There you go. And then the inner is such a contrast to the outer sleeve. Okay, but there you go. Yeah, not too bad. MFSB. Mother, father, sister, brother. And now these are some other vinyl ones that I picked up, and some CanCon. We've got the Canadian band Goddo, and the album Who Cares, featuring Greg Godovitz. This one came out in 1978 on Polydor. Goddo, a band I'd seen a couple of times back in the day in Stratford. Great performers, and yeah, it's just a band that never really came into its own. They had the hit Pretty Bad Boys, I think in the late 70s, early 80s. But yeah, this one almost kind of glam rock. If you kind of like T-Rex or that kind of sound, almost kind of has a glam rock feel to it. And of course, a lot of humor in their music, sort of very tongue-in-cheek, if you will. But a band I've always enjoyed, Goddo. And a band that I've certainly have always read about and aware about, and finally was able to pick up the album UK. Was thrilled to see this. Of course, featuring John Wetton and Bill Bruford. I mean, when you're talking musicians like that, this is, you know, just musicians plus. Also Eddie Jobson and Alan Holdsworth. And this is their classic first album. This band didn't stick around for very long. Bill Bruford left after the first album. Then John Wetton went, of course, off to the band Asia. Happy to see that it came with an inner sleeve as well. There you have that. And then that. But yeah, really great musicianship overall. Great album. And a little bit more CanCon. Was very happy to pick this one up on vinyl. This is Max Webster's Diamonds, Diamonds. This is their first greatest hits that came out. This one has since been replaced by the Best of Max Webster. And I recently had picked up the Max Webster box set that includes all of their albums. It doesn't include this one. Now this came out just, I think, as the band was breaking up or was in the process of breaking up. So this came out in 1981. With Kim Mitchell then going on to a solo career. Interesting that this album doesn't include anything from their last, or what at the time was their recent album, Universal Juvenile. So you don't get Battle Scar on this one, but they since corrected that with Best of Max Webster. That includes Battle Scar and that kind of thing. But what's odd about this is that they included two tracks, or two new tracks. I think they were from the Universal Juvenile Sessions. The song Hot Spots and Overnight Sensation. Both okay songs. They're fine. It's kind of nice to get bonus tracks, if you will. But what was odd with the Max Webster box set that they released not too long ago, that includes all the vinyl, and then they gave you an extra vinyl of concerts and whatnot. They didn't include these two songs, so that Max Webster box set is missing Hot Spots and Overnight Sensation. And you can only pick it up on this one. They didn't put it on the Best of Max Webster, so just some odd packaging. But this is it's a nice record overall, and it takes a look at a lot more of their earlier stuff, like Gravity, High Class and Borrowed Shoes, Diamonds, Diamonds. Incidentally, Kim Mitchell talks about Diamonds, Diamonds, the song, on the newest upload from Boom 97.3. That's a radio station out of Toronto, and they do a series called Behind the Vinyl. And Kim Mitchell talks about recording the song Diamonds, Diamonds, so that's well worth checking out. But there's the first Max Webster greatest hits, Diamonds, Diamonds. All right, and some 80s for you now. Remember this guy? Terence Trent D'Arby, introducing The Hard Line, according to Terence Trent D'Arby. And I forgot what a good record actually this is. Certainly Wishing Well was the big hit from this one, but good funky kind of R&B sound overall. And yeah, this came out in 1987 on Columbia. All right, and maybe a few more. An artist I'm certainly been getting into lately is Jesse Colin Young. A friend of mine, John, gave me one of Jesse Colin Young's albums, and a recent video from Big Star 1000 talked about this album. This is really nice sound of West Coast. He's got that really nice, easy West Coast sound, great vocalist. He used to be with the band Youngbloods, who had the hit Get Together. This is his album, Song for Julie. And just a terrific artist overall. Great singer. Nice musicianship overall, so I picked up that one, as well as Jesse Colin Young's American Dreams. And he does a few covers on this one. He covers Buddy Holly's Rave On and the song Knock on Wood that are okay. Side 2 is better. It's a full-length side called American Dreams Suite. But nice, easy breezy kind of West Coast sound. Nice vocalist. And looks like we got one more for you. We've got a great artist. My wife got me into this artist, Joan Armatrading. This is her 80s album, Walk Under Ladders. So this came out in the early 80s. Just a wonderful vocalist and great singer-songwriter, and her music really touches you. It's very, and she has that, she can have that very low sound and that very high sound. I just love her songs overall. Terrific artist. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for this edition. Thank you so much. We'll chat again. Hit subscribe if you can. Bye-bye.